Hi there. Good afternoon, good evening, everybody. I want to welcome you all here to the Prog Monster. My name is Murph. I am the host of this show. So today we're going to talk a little bit. This is just going to be a kind of a random kind of video. I'm going to be talking a little bit about my reactions to the overall concerts that have been played by Rush up to this point in time. So I guess the best way to do this is just to give you kind of my five favorite things that have gone on since they've been on tour that I've seen. So I'll kind of give them to you in an order too, but not necessarily in a strong way. But I will give you the five things I've enjoyed the most so far. So the opening night, they did Xanadu to open. I wasn't quite sure how they were going to come at this at the opening because of the way in which they had done Finding My Way at the Juno Awards. I thought they might kind of break her in slowly and give her some stuff that isn't so difficult to master, and then they come right out with Xanadu, which was a great opening, I might add. It's a perfect song for an opening because it kind of has that mystical feel and leads right in, and I think they nailed it pretty good. There was a couple things I noticed, and I wasn't quite sure how this was going to go because I know she's an exceptional drummer. I didn't think the drumming aspect of the job was going to be any problem for it at all. I wasn't sure about the percussion, and there's quite a bit of percussion on Xanadu and some of the other tracks too. Neil was a master percussionist, loving the xylophone, loving the chimes, the blocks, the gong, the bell, all those things, and the tubular bells as well. So she did. I noticed she did play some of them. I don't remember seeing the blocks though for the Xanadu opening that Neil used in most of their videos. He's used that. So I don't remember seeing that. Maybe that took place. Maybe they just pre-recorded it. I'm not quite sure, but I don't remember seeing it. But other than that, I thought the song was well done, well orchestrated, a great opening for a band that hasn't been around for 11 years to come right back with a song like this. Fantastic. That was my fifth choice. So my next choice up was La Villa Strangiato, of course. This is a song that always gets a ton of cheers, probably one of the most cheered songs in the concert at the beginning. They did an excellent job of this. I thought Alex, the reason I brought this up is because I thought Alex was absolutely spot on his guitar parts, just at the top of his game. I wasn't quite sure how that was going to go. I know he had problems with his hands in the past, having to take codeine shots on their last tour, which is now 11 years ago. So you got to figure it's going to be even worse, right? But he seemed to be like handling everything perfectly. It just came out well. He was in his zone on that particular track. So that would have been my fourth spot. My next one up was the kind of 7-minute video that they showed at the beginning of all the quirky stuff, showing off the Canadian humor that we all have and appreciate, with the castle and Getty all done up doing his used hot dog sales or used sausage sales, and these three Rush kids coming to a concert to see Rush and him sending him into the castle. And then in the castle you see all kinds of quirky things that kind of bring back some history of Rush, with the two guys that broke into their room and were eating their food, and here they are strapped in this room for 15 years. I thought that was quirky as hell, and I liked especially like the part where they walk in and they're playing cards and they're like really old, like ancient, and Alex there with his goofy look on his face and his teeth are all dirty and there's cobwebs sticking in his hair, and he's saying "go fish," and then they both like almost flip out when they open the door, and their iconic komodos are hiding behind this thing. Thought it was great. I thought it was funny. It was a nice kind of icebreaker for the beginning of the concert for the fans to enjoy. Thought that was great. I really appreciate the fact that Geddy Lee's voice seems to be okay at this point in time. There's a couple of songs where I think he was kind of pushing it too much for the high end. But other than that, I thought he was pretty decent, and that would have been my second thing. I wasn't fully knowing what was going to go on here, and I don't think I was alone there. I thought a lot of people were expecting, it's been 11 years, and his voice wasn't that great when he stopped singing either. So, but I thought he was good. He held his own here, and he seemed to be having fun. They all seemed to be having fun out there, and I thought that was probably my second moment. The number one moment for me, I think, was pretty easily the Bytor and the Snow Dog part near the end of the concert, where I thought Annika especially just nailed that drum fill in Bytor and the Snow Dog. I mean, she nailed all of the drum fills in most of the songs that they play, but that one particularly stood out, I think, as she did. It sounded, you could close your eyes and not look, and it sounded just like Neil Peart out there playing those drums on that fill. That was a Neil Peart special fill, and that song in particular is one of my favorites, and they just came across so well. And I think that, to me, was the number one part of that opening night. I haven't watched much of their stuff since then. A couple of songs here and there throughout the other nights. I think I watched the New World Man and the YYZ one, which I thought were both good too. But those are my top 5 picks for my favorite parts so far on the tour. I'll probably do one of these every couple of weeks for a few weeks just to see if, because it's, for me, and I'm sure this is the same for most Rush fans, it's just terribly exciting to have them playing together again. When, 2-3 years ago, I was convinced that was it. I'd never see them play again. And as much as I love their music, and you can find lots of videos of them playing with Neil and that online, it was just so nice to have something new. And it felt just like Rush. Like there was no feeling of non-Rush there. So I think a lot of fans felt the same way as I do. And that's going to be my video for today. My 5 favorite Rush moments so far on their tour. So take care. Have yourself a good evening. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe. If you want to put your list down and below me, that'd be great, because that would trigger me to go back and look and see what it is you've seen. So anyways, take care. Have yourself a good evening, and goodbye here from the Prog Monster.